Welcome back. In this lesson, we'll talk about modifiers. I'll say yet that modifiers are dynamic and non-destructive tools used to transform or deform a mesh. To add a modifier to a mesh, go in the Property Editor and click on the Modifier tab. Then, click on Add Modifier. On the menu pop-up, you can choose the modifier between Generate, Deform and Simulate. In this short course, I'll explain you just the main modifiers. Add bevel modifier to the cube. Immediately, a grinding will be created along the edges of the cube. You can smooth the grinding, adding new segments, and set the bevel width here. Let me show now an important concept. Select the cube and scale it on x-axis. For example, type S, X, 3. Note that also the bevel will be scaled 3 times. Why? Because the scale of the cube has not applied. Here, you can read that the scale along the x-axis is equal to 3. To apply definitively the scale, type Ctrl A and choose the option Scale from the menu. Immediately, the bevel width will be adjusted. Typing the transformation, mostly rotation and scale, is very important. Remember to apply them when you want to use modifiers to don't affect the results. Now, before to show you another useful modifier, let me explain the duplicate transformer. Select the cube and type Shift-D. You created an exact copy or duplicate of the cube. Now, select the original cube and type Alt-D. Apparently, you have created another copy, but there is a difference. Select the original cube and enter in Edit mode. Select a vertex and move it. Note that in the second copy, named Linked Duplicate, the transformation will be linked to the original. Come back in Object mode, delete typing X the 2 copies and remove also the bevel modifier, clicking here. Add now the new modifier Array. This modifier is similar to the linked duplicate transformer. You can duplicate in series the object along one or more axes at the same time, using the relative offset, setting how many times the object dimensions, defining the exact value of the offset. Delete the cube and add a new one on the 3D view. Add now to the mesh the modifier Subdivision surface. This is one of most important tools. With these, you can subdivide the geometry of the mesh and, selecting the Catmull-Clark algorithm, you can round the mesh at the same time. If you add more divisions, the mesh will be rounded more. The modifier is very convenient because allows you to have more geometry, controlling only few. Enter in Edit mode and add a loop to the mesh. Note that the curvature ray changes. In fact, the most near will be 2 loops, smaller will be the curvature angle. Let me show how it's easy to model a bullet, starting from a cube and using only loops, extrusion and the subdivision surface modifier. Delete now the mesh and add a new plane. Add to the plane the Solidify modifier. This modifier behavior is similar to the extrusion tool. You can set the thickness by sliding here or typing the value, like this. Another modifier is Mirror. As its name suggests, Mirror creates a mirrored copy of the object. Before to show you this modifier, let me explain an important topic. Delete the plane and add an UV sphere. You remember that you can consider the origin as the center of the rotation. But for default, it is set on the center of the mass. How to change the origin position? One interesting method is using the 3D cursor. Enter in Edit mode and select a vertex. Now type Shift S and from the menu choose Cursor to Selected option. The 3D cursor will be moved to the vertex. Now go back in Object mode and type holding Shift, Ctrl, Alt, C. In this menu you can set the origin position. In this case, origin to 3D cursor. Now, try to rotate the sphere. Note that it rotates around the new origin. Combining Step menu with Set Origin menu, you can enjoy many possibilities. Add now to the sphere the Mirror modifier. His modifier apply the mirroring of the mesh with respect to the origin. You can set the axis mirroring, remembering to apply any rotation or scaling, typing Ctrl A. To know the other modifiers, let me suggest you to buy the books Blender The Ultimate Guide and the complete video course in 70 lessons, both on the website www.blenderhighschool.it. Thanks for watching and see you the next lesson.